She enjoys watching the Olympic Games, the Summer Olympics more so than the Winter Olympics. Today she's going to share with us a true story, which she has been seeking the opportunity to share with us for the past year. Wow, anticipation. She hopes you enjoy it. Please join me in welcoming Carolyn, the epitome of class in our NDG leader.
Lovely.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Today I want to share with you the story of Julius. Julius was born in 1989 in a land far away in Kenya, actually the heart of Kenya, in rural Kenya. And in his community, or where he grew up, he had to walk to school barefoot. There was no electricity, it was very rural. There was no roads and no cars. And Julius liked school. And of course, what's a little boy's favorite subject? Gym. So he loved playing soccer, and he tried to throw the javelin, and he liked it. And but he wasn't as good as the other boys because they were older and they were doing it for a lot longer. And one of his chores on the farm was to take care of the cow. So what he would do is he would take a branch like what's in my hand, he would chisel it a little bit, he would leave it out to dry, and it would make an excellent javelin stick. So he would practice and practice, and the following year he found that he improved a lot, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to be a javelin thrower, that's going to be my profession. His parents were like, okay, he's going to grow out of it, it's just a phase. Well, in high school, he was still throwing the javelin. Now, his father and his mother were worried about his future. So the father spoke to him. He goes, javelin, javelin, javelin. I'm tired of the javelin. I need you to study, get good marks, and so you can get a good job and take care of your family when you get your family. So he had a dilemma. So what he would do is he would sneak out, and he wouldn't tell his parents that he's going to go to javelin competitions. But he continued, and pretty soon he became really good. Now, what he would do is he realized he became the best in the area, but he wanted to be the best internationally. So what he did was he took the walk to town. I mean, that's the only way he's going to get there, right? So he went into the internet outlet, and he looked up on YouTube. And he looked at the best javelin throwers. He wanted to see their techniques, how they prepare their body for peak performance. And on the way back home, what he did was he tried to figure out a way he can achieve the same results, but he had to improvise because he didn't have the facilities the Europeans had. So I can imagine for the medicine ball, what he would do is take an old ball, fill it with dirt. For ropes, he would use tension. And he would keep on working on it and working on his technique. And pretty soon, he saw an improvement. He got really good. Now, in 2008, he won gold in the nationals. So he was happy. He was thrilled. Now, the Kenyan official came to speak to him. The official said, well, Julius, congratulations. Yes, so that means I get to go to the World Juniors, right? Right? And he goes, that's what I came to talk to you about. Well, what's there to talk about? I qualified, I won gold, I go. Well, Julius, we have a very limited budget, and we have to be realistic. We have to send our long-distance runners because that's our strength. I'm really sorry. Maybe next time. He was demoralized. Everything was leading up to this moment. I mean, he got gold, and he couldn't go. he thought of giving up. He said to himself, well, maybe I'll do shot put. What do I know about shot put? Maybe I'll do long distance running, which he did in school. But he wasn't as good as the others. What's the point? And then he go, I'll do sprinting. The Jamaicans have that. This was the lowest point of his life. He felt he had no support. He didn't have a coach. He didn't have people even to train with. And his family were pushing him in another direction, well-meaning. And eventually, what do you do when you love something? You go back to it. So he went back, and he continued to throw the javelin. 2011, he won gold in the All-African Games. Now, he was proud, but he remembered what happened in 2008, and he wasn't letting that happen again. So he charmed the officials. He pleaded with them, please send me to Finland for 6 months to train with the best, the elite coaches in javelin. And they did. They sent him because they knew the 2012 London Olympics were coming up. So he qualified. He went to the London Olympics, and he got 12th. The Kenyans were proud because now they had a presence on the international javelin scene. He kept on with his YouTube. He kept on practicing. And in 2014, he won gold in the Commonwealth Games. The 2015 World Championships came up. Now they're second only to the Olympics. He shot, he threw again. Now on his last throw, he decided to give it his 200%. So he threw, and he ended up on his belly, but he did not cross the disqualification line. And he watched, and he watched 70, 80, 90, 92. He hit 92 meters. Now, he knew with that 92 meters that there's only 4 other people in the world that have gone that far. So he knew he'd get gold. So he waited for everybody else to have their turn. And he was awarded the gold medal in the world. This young man with humble beginnings got gold. Now, we have the 2016 Olympics that just came up. That was just happened in Rio. And people were asking questions. They were saying, well, who's your coach? I don't have a coach. But who's your coach? I don't have a coach. Who's your coach? Okay, it's YouTube. So next day in the headlines, Mr. YouTube. Now, in 2016, at the Rio Olympics, the man with the humble beginnings, Mr. YouTube, world champion, Julius Yego, ended up getting the silver medal in the Olympics. This is my story of Julius Yego, silver Olympic medalist. To you, Mr. Toastmaster.